It's Labor Day weekend, which means the growing season is dwindling fast. So Derrell, what's the hay situation looking like right now?
You know, both hay and forage are extremely limited, of course. You know, at this point in time, USDA says that over 2/3 of Oklahoma's pastures are rated poor to very poor. Only 6% are rated good and 0 is rated excellent at this point in time. On the hay side, you know, May 1 hay stocks were way down, 40-something% down from last year in the 10-year average. USDA estimates hay production to be down as well. So total hay supplies, which is what we started with in May versus and plus what we've produced, is going to be down over 21% compared to the 10-year average. So, you know, again, we have very, very limited forage supplies going into the fall at this point.
Well, the past few weeks, there's been some rain in some parts of the state, heavy rain in some other parts of the state. Got some clouds, rain clouds in the back right now. So what would happen if it rained right now with for the hay and forage situation?
Well, you know, obviously rain helps, right? But at this point in the growing season, warm season pastures are going to get some additional growth at this point, so we'll get a little pasture. I doubt that we'll make another cutting of hay at this point in time. You know, and from this point forward, as we get into the fall, then moisture would help mostly cool season pastures, and you know things like fescue in the eastern part of the state, or wheat pasture perhaps if we you know, if we get in some moisture to plant wheat.
You mentioned wheat pasture, so what are the wheat pasture prospects looking like this year, given what we had last year, which weren't really good?
Well, you know, again, it's very spotty. A few places may have enough moisture right now to think about planting wheat early for forage. But you know, a lot of places don't at this point in time. And if you look at the soil moisture maps, you know, the soil profile is pretty depleted at this point in time. So wheat pasture is going to be kind of a risky thing, I think, if we plant it. We're going to certainly need timely and continuous rains to make that work this year.
So, you know, would you think that it might be a good idea for producers to keep an eye out for other, you know, winter forage, maybe oats, forage of that nature?
Well, you know, again, they all have some possibilities, but it comes down to moisture. If we get some rain, then there's any number of things you can do. But you know, we at this point in time don't have a lot of prospects in a lot of places.
So what does all this mean for cattle markets?
Well, you know, cattle markets are very strong right now. In fact, feeder cattle prices are running, you know, 16 to 17% above this time last year. And, you know, we've had large runs of cattle this summer. So, you know, going into the fall, we may have a little bit smaller calf runs than normal because I think we've marketed some of those calves early. At the same time, we may have less stocker demand for all the reasons we just talked about. If we don't have a lot of forage, there won't be a lot of demand for stocker cattle. On the cull cow side, we've had extremely large runs for the last several weeks, more than double for the same period last year. We continue to see fairly strong prices, but you know, it's pretty clear that producers are still in the process of adjusting their herds to match sort of this forage situation that we find ourselves in at this point in time.
So what does all that mean for beef prices?
Well, beef prices are, you know, there's going to be a lot of support going forward. At some point in time, we're going to see significant decreases in beef production. We think that'll happen probably in the fourth quarter of this year. And then from there on for, you know, all of next year and beyond, we're going to see less beef production than we have had up to this point.
All righty, thanks, Derrell. Dr. Derrell Peel, Livestock Marketing Specialist here at Oklahoma State University.